Everyone. Today we are going to start the next session in the tissue chapter. In last session we have finished the connective tissues, different types of and their subtypes and their ground substances and any other materials, okay, which they included. So here this is actually the last but one portion, okay. So two topics are we are going to finish in this session, that is the muscular tissue and the nervous tissue, okay. So here today we will finish the chapter. So now we are going to start here what is mean by the muscular tissues. So you can see in the images different types of the muscles are here. We are going to see in this chapter about the three muscles only, that is the skeletal muscles, smooth muscles and the cardiac muscles. On that basis of the name we can able to classify or say that these are actually present in this portion and in that portion. For example, like skeletal muscles, where they actually present, we can normally say those are actually present in the bones, okay. So where actually the smooth muscles and the cardiac smooth muscle, again where they actually present. So the smooth muscles are mostly present the in the stomach, okay, where actually the passage whatever things pass from our body or passes inside our body in such places or the organelles, the sorry, sorry, what can we say, organs, okay, in there only the smooth muscle cells are present or the tissues are present. So the cardiac means, you know that it's a cardiac, the word is related to the heart, so these are present only in the heart. So next we will move. Before moving, you can see in the images the skeletal muscles appear in such a diagram only, okay. So these are their diagrams. So the smooth muscles consist, and each of the consisting of some linings on them and some bubbles like structure you are seeing, that is actually the nucleus, okay. So next, skeletal muscles, we will start with skeletal muscles. So here, how do muscular tissues can move? Is it? So we normally say our body can move, our body can stretch. Is it? Our hand can stretch. We can stretch our body, or most of the members they can flexibly move their body. Okay, in any ways. So why? How they actually done? Because of only the muscle cells. Okay, so muscular tissue consisting of a muscle fibers. Fibers means the thread which are made up of proteins. In last session we have seen, okay. So the muscle fibers contain contractile proteins, okay. So contractile means those have ability to contract and the release, okay. So which enables contraction and relaxation, getting. So the contraction and relaxation causes only due to the movement. Contraction and relaxation is stretching and release out. So this is actually done because of the presence of the muscles in our body. So the skeletal muscle, it's a structure you can see in this, it's a long and cylindrical, yes, it's a multinucleated, as I told you, the bubble like structure which are present on their structure on them, those are actually the nucleus, and these are the multinucleated on a single long cylindrical structure. The number of nucleus are present. Multiple mitochondria to gain energy, again they consisting of a lots of a mitochondria just to gain a energy. Whenever we do any work or any other exercise we need a energy, okay. That's why the muscle cells consisting of a mitochondria in a large number. What is mean by the mitochondria? It is one organelle, it's also known as a powerhouse of energy. It has ability to produce energies in the process on the form of respiration process, okay. Next, what is the function? What is the function of it? It's a coordinate movement of limbs, jaws, elbows, etc., and it is involved in the breathing. So where they actually present, it's involved in the breathing. These are present in the limbs, jaws, eyeballs, okay. So here the causes movement of the bones of the skeleton system, is it? So these are termed as a voluntary muscles. Voluntary means voluntary and involuntary. These words are might be new for you, but these actually related to the our human body things. Okay, so the voluntary means without sorry, the involuntary means without knowing, unknowingly we are going to be do by our body or any other things. Okay, again one more thing I can give, voluntary whenever we want, as per our wish. Okay, voluntary means as per our wish. Okay, we can stretch, we can release. If we wanted to stretch our hand, we can stretch, we can, is it? So that is actually the voluntary. For example, involuntary means without our wish. For example, like blinking our eyes, opening and closing, is it actually naturally done? Is it? So another one example like a involuntary, for example like a breathing, is it? So sorry, normally breathing is also involuntary. And another one, there is a heartbeats, is it? We cannot stop it, it's also involuntary things. Next, also termed as a striated muscle. So striated word is also actually related to the muscles only. Striated means a strip, a lining which are present on the structure on them, those are known as a striated muscles. So you can see the linings are present on the structure, those are known as the striated muscles. These are actually the involuntary muscles. If we wanted to stretch, we can stretch it. If we don't want, then it can be stable. That's why it's a voluntary, it's a striated one. Next, so as I've seen, its structure is a cylindrical nucleated consisting of a mitochondria. Function, coordinate with the movement of a limbs, jaws, eyeballs, is it? It's involved in the breathing process. Next, there is a smooth muscle tissues. So smooth muscle tissues are the structure like a spindle shaped cells, is it? And it's a thin elongated with a pointed ends. You can see the pointed ends means, you can see in the first image as I was shown you, the pointed ends are there, is it? Next, so these are smooth tissues, and their function is that movement of a food along the digestive tract, alimentary canal, stomach and the intestine. So alimentary canal is actually the digestive system which is consisting of a stomach and the intestine. So mostly where the muscle cells are present, smooth one, those are present in the alimentary canal, stomach and intestine, because they have ability, they have consisting of some muscles. Okay, those are actually the smooth, they have ability to contract and relax. So why the contraction and relaxation required there? To pass a food, if we are having a food material in our body, it should get passes easily, so that's why this helps in the passage. Okay, next, contract and relaxation of the blood vessels. Obviously, if the blood flow is high, it should be get stretched, is it? Whenever the blood flow is normal, it will get relaxed out. Same thing. Next, so what is the function we have seen here? We will move towards the next, that is the cardiac muscles. On their name only, it's named as a cardiac, that is related to the heart. Its structure is, it's a few similarities with the skeletal muscles. Okay, the structure is the same. You can if you can compare the skeletal muscles and the cardiac, those actually look like same. And whereas few others with the smooth muscles, some of they look or appear like a smooth muscles. Next, it's a striated, is it? You can see the strips or the linings are present and number of nucleus are there. Uninucleated and involuntary muscles. So nucleus are present only as a singly, you can see a single one are present, there. So next, these are involuntary. As I told you, the heart beating we cannot able to stop or the start by our wish. It is involuntary, without our wishes. Next, it's a function. It is responsible for the rhythmic contraction and relaxation of a heart throughout the life. Next, nervous tissue means what? So see guys, The nervous tissues are the main component which constitute the nervous or the nerve cells or the nerve tissues. So nerves are always the word connected or related to the brain. Okay, so brain is consisting of a number of nerve cells which are also classified, that we will see in the next class. So the nervous system is related to the brain, spinal cord and the peripheral nervous system. So brain, spinal cord and all these things are actually the cranial, or we can, there are some types of the peripheral and cranial nerves. Okay, so the brain and the spinal cord are actually the known as a cranial nerves, and the peripheral nerves are the different, okay, which are consisting of different nerves which are present from the facial to the spinal cord. Okay, next, the main component which constitute the nervous system, those are the specialty of the nervous tissue are highly specialized to respond the stimuli and then transmitting the stimulus. So here what is mean by the stimulus? See, for example, the one hot cup is there, means consisting of a water or anything, tea. Okay, if unknowingly you have touched it, okay, and suddenly you will remove your hand, you felt a very heat, is it hot? Why you have removed? Because you are feeling a heat, and it means that you are getting some reaction, getting, after something has happened to your hand, then only you have removed your hand. It means that that is actually the reaction has carried out, that is a stimulus or the stimuli. On a particular thing you are reacting, okay, that is a stimuli. If something is going to be happen, if you react on it, that is actually the stimulus or responding it. So very rapidly from one place to the another within the body. So the nervous systems helps in the transmitting the signals from one or a cell to the brain. So different cells are present, different muscles, organelles, organs are present, is it guys? So that's why it's very important to get a signal towards the brain. Without brain give us a signal or any other any other response, we can able to react on it, getting? So next we will see actually the nervous system, what it consisting of. The structure is there, you can see the structure of neuron. So neuron means structural and functional unit of brain, getting? It's a structural and functional unit of a brain which is present all over the body, getting? Because of the neurons are present in our body, that's only responsible for sending and receiving the signals from outside to the inside, from inside to the outside. So for example, as I told you, if you have touched unknowingly that hot cup, you can react it. So who is responsible for? The neurons have given you a signal, it's a very hot, and just remove it, and those signals transferred towards the brain, and brain has told that just remove your hand. Okay, such a thing happens. Next, whenever the pain or anything is in your body is going to be done, okay, so at that time how you are able to recognize that something is paining? Is it something is paining? Is it? So that paining is when we will get to know by our brain, whenever the signals have transferred from that paining section towards the brain section, at that time our brain can say that there is paining, you must have to do something on it, is it? So that is actually the neurons are responsible for giving you instructions, getting? Next, for that purpose we have to see actually the how the structure of a neuron is there. So you can see the structure, it's a look like a one tree, okay. So it's consisting of cell body, dendrites, axon and axon terminal. In the images the labelings are already present. So now the cell bodies are there. The cell body means, let me show you, you can understand very easily. So see guys, this is actually the cell body, okay. Dendrites means these hair like projections, see guys, these are the hair like projection known as a dendrites. Inside it consisting of a nucleus, and the tube like structure or the chain like structure is present is known as a axon. Okay, the axon is also consisting of some nucleuses. Okay, next again the axon is going to be end in a branch like structure that is known as axon terminal. The terminal word is always comes for the end one or the end or the edge. Okay, that's why it's known as a axon terminal. So here you have to keep in mind that the cell body is consisting by the neuron, and the through the cell body the dendrites are going to be come out, and the cell body consisting of a nucleus, and the dendrites going to arise the tube like structure known as axon, and the axon is going to be end in the terminal known as axon terminal. Okay, next. So here guys, cell body is consisting of a nucleus, cytoplasm, cell organelles, all these things as the normal cell consisting, the neuron also consisting the same one. The dendrites are the short thin like structure arising from the cytoplasm. Cytoplasm, you know that, as I told you, the cytoplasm are nothing but inside the cell body present. Next, helps in the communication between the neurons. We are going to see how it actually the neurons help from to transfer the signals from one neuron to another. As I told you, the neurons are present all over the body. Is it in a chain like structure? As the blood vessels are present connected all over the body, same the neurons also connected each other till the brain. Okay, so that helps in the communication. And next, the axon is a single long thin structure arising from the cytoplasm and helps in the communication with the target organs. Target organ means whenever the action is going to be done by the particular organ, that is get carried out by the axon. Okay, next, see guys, how the neurons helps in communication with two or different neurons. So you can see here, as the terminal is present, okay, this is actually the axon terminal. Here again the another neuron will present, another neuron which is consisting of a head and all these things. Okay, so same thing, this whole portion again going to be start from this section, again start from the axon. Okay, so likewise from one dendrite towards the axon, then the axon terminal signals go towards the next neuron of the dendrites. So here at the axon terminal the dendrites are attached, getting? So like this the chain are present in our body from our fingers of the toes till the brain, getting? So that is actually the nervous system consisting of a number of nervous cells and the neurons. So this is actually the neurons and what they constitute and what is their structure. The question will arise on the nervous tissue or the neuron, their structure, so you can able to write these points. Okay, so in details we will see in the next chapter. This much is given for your syllabus. Okay, so we are going to be finished the chapter of a tissue here. In next session we will start the new chapter. So for any doubts and difficulties you may ask me anytime. Thank you.